Hello friends, how are you? In the yesterday class, we discussed about Mendel's periodic table, the construction, its properties. We discussed in yesterday class. If let me rewind about something about that. First point, that was the law of Mendel's periodic table. That is a very important question for exam. That was the properties of element. The properties of element are periodic function of their atomic masses. How many groups and how many periods are there? There was 8 groups and 6 periods. Okay, the first six groups are further divided into subgroups AB. They further divide into subgroups AB. Okay, and last one, that is 8th group, will not divided into any subgroups. Okay, after that we discussed about the properties of the Mendeleev periodic table. Then the first property was, he told about the unknown elements. He told about the unknown elements at that time. He used aka prefix for that, like aka aluminum, aka boron, aka silicon. Okay, second property was that he told about the properties of unknown elements also. Third was, he left sorry he in his periodic table, when the novel gases were discovered, they easily placed separately in a new group without disturbing the existing order. And the fourth one was, at some places he reversed or broke the increasing order of atomic mass, so that the element of similar properties should comes together. That means he gave more priority to the chemical properties rather than the increasing order of atomic masses. Okay, so that was the four achievements or merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. Now in today's class we discuss about the limitations or demerits or drawback of Mendeleev's periodic table. The first one is, he did not follow the increasing order of atomic masses at some places. As we discussed, that he reversed the order. He tried to attempt that elements of the similar properties comes together, but in this attempt he did not follow his own rule, which is increasing order of atomic masses. So that was the first limitation of his periodic table or periodic classification. The second was, the position of hydrogen was not fixed or uncertain. The position of hydrogen was not fixed or uncertain. Hydrogen is a unique element of our periodic table. It shows different similar so, sorry it shows similarities with the different groups. Hydrogen shows similarities with the first A, and it also shows the similarities with the seventh A of the Mendeleev periodic table. It shows similarities with the first A as well as with the seventh A. Like the first A, in the first A, that there are sodium, potassium, lithium. All of these shows plus one charge in normal conditions. Hydrogen also shows plus one charge. When they combine with the halogens, they make NaCl type compound. When hydrogen combine with the chlorine or halogens, it also make HCl type compound. That is also similar. They have tendency to lose one electron. Hydrogen also has tendency to lose one electron. Similarly, if we consider with the seventh A, then in the seventh A, that was fluorine, chlorine, bromine, they found in the diatomic form, like Cl2, Br2. Similarly, hydrogen is also found in the form of H2. When they combine with the when they combine with the sodium potassium, that is first A group elements, then they form NaCl type compound. Hydrogen, when combined with the sodium, then it also form sodium hydride, which is similar with the sodium chloride. All of these are non-metal and hydrogen is also non-metal. So hydrogen shows similarities with the first one as well as with the seventh one. So at which place it should be placed? At which place, or we can say that which place should be assigned to the hydrogen was not clear in Mendeleev periodic table. Okay. The third one is isotopes, the position of isotopes. In Mendeleev periodic table, isotopes were not given any position. The firstly, let me discuss about what is isotope. The atoms of an element having same atomic number but different atomic masses are called isotopes. For example, uh, hydrogen, that is 1H1, 1H2, 1H. Similarly, if we consider the chlorine, then is Cl35, Cl1737. Here, atomic numbers are same, but atomic masses are different. Similarly, atomic numbers are same, but atomic masses are different. Since they have different atomic masses, they have different atomic masses. So, as per the increasing order, as per the law of atomic mass, since they have different atomic masses, so they should place separately. But Mendeleev did not assign different places to them. He placed all the isotopes together. That was a wrong step because they have different atomic masses, so they should separate, so they should place separately. Okay, that was the third limitation of Mendeleev's periodic table. If we consider the fourth limitation of the periodic table, then in his periodic table some elements of similar properties were kept in different groups, while some elements of dissimilar properties were kept in same groups. That is totally wrong. For example, in the first group, there are two subgroups. One is first A and first B. In first A, there are alkali metals like the sodium, potassium, lithium, which are most reactive metal of our chemistry. While in the first B, there was copper, silver, and such of the metals which are least reactive, which are least reactive. So the placing of the most reactive and least reactive in same group is totally wrong. Got it? Similarly, if we consider the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, then first A is denoting about the metals. Sorry, first A is denoting about the non-metals, while the A is denoting about the non-metals, while the B, like the second B, third B, denoting about the metals, which is also a wrong step because metal and non-metal, they have different properties, so they should be placed in different groups, but he placed them in same groups. That is wrong. And if we consider the similar elements, then copper shows similarities with the eighth group elements, but it placed in the first group. So that means the similar elements placed separately, but the dissimilar elements placed together. So that was the one more drawback or demerit of Mendeleev's periodic classification. Okay, now after that, let us start the modern periodic table, the long form of periodic table, and it is also called extended form of periodic table. In 1913, Henry Moseley, that this name you should remember because that is an important name, proposed that atomic number is more fundamental property than atomic masses. Means with the help of atomic number we can easily describe the properties of element rather than atomic mass. Okay, so that means atomic number is more fundamental than atomic masses. He found that atomic number represent the elements in periodic table more clearly, right? Better than atomic mass. On the basis of this, he changed the Mendeleev periodic law and give a new law which is called modern periodic law, in which he state that the properties of element are periodic function of atomic number. There is only one word difference between the Mendeleev periodic law and modern periodic law. In Mendeleev periodic law, we state that the properties of element are periodic function of their atomic masses, and here the properties of element are periodic function of atomic number. So the only one word, that is number and mass, that is the difference between these two laws. And one thing let me clear you, that is it is very important question. Okay, first the very important question is, who gave this law? Henry Moseley. What state that the properties of element are periodic function of their atomic numbers. Okay, now let me discuss about the structure and properties of modern periodic table. Firstly, we discussed about the properties of Mendeleev's modern periodic table. In modern periodic table, elements are placed on the basis of increasing order of atomic numbers. That is, on the basis of increasing order of atomic numbers. Got it? And also on the basis of chemical properties. That is an important question again. And what is the basis of modern periodic table? The basis is increasing order of atomic number. Since atomic number is equal to the electron present in a neutral atom, because atomic number is equal to proton, and in neutral atom proton equals to electron, so we can say that atomic number is equal to the electron present in neutral atom. So periodic table, which is based on atomic number, also represent the electronic configuration of elements. It also represents the electronic configuration of element. Got it? In modern periodic table, it is just a extended form. It is just an extended form of Mendeleev periodic table. It is just extended form of Mendeleev's periodic table, that and it is more detailed and easy than Mendeleev periodic table. That's why it is also called extended or long form of periodic table. That's why it is also called extended or long form of periodic table. Got it? Now let me discuss about the modern periodic table. For that, give me 1 minute to adjust the camera, because for that we have to consider complete table about that. 1 more minute I need it, so it becomes clear to you. Sorry for inconvenience. Now I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. In modern periodic table, there are 18 groups. The vertical lines are called groups. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So there are 18 groups. Got it? And 7 horizontal rows. 7 horizontal rows which are called periods. In Mendeleev table there was 8 groups. There was 8 groups and 6 stars, 6 periods, but here 18 groups, because the first A, first B, second A, second B, like that, and 8th group which were placed in Mendeleev periodic table, there was 3 element in the 18th group, 8th group, but here they placed separately. That is first A, that is second A of Mendeleev periodic table, that is third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh A, and that is 8th group. That is 8th group. Similarly, that is first A, first B, second B, third B, fourth B, fifth B, sixth B, and 7th B. Got it? So, and one more group is added. One more group is added. That's why there are 18 groups. Got it? Now I think the last point which I told, that it is extended form. It is extended and long form of Mendeleev's periodic table. It is extended and long form of Mendeleev's periodic table. Got it? Okay. Now one more minute for. I'm trying to make it more clear. Now I think that's much better. Okay. Thank you. Now, in the first group, that is first group, that is second, that is third, fourth, fifth, seventh. Okay. Now, let me consider some facts about that periodic table. The period, the periods denote denote the shells, denote the shells. Okay. While the groups denote the valence electrons, denote the valence electrons. Got it? Elements of a same period, elements of a same period have same number of energy shells, same number of energy shells, while periods of same group, elements of same group, elements of same group have same valence electrons, have same valence electrons. I'm again repeating, elements of same period having same number of energy shells, while the elements of same group having same number of valence electrons. Valence electron, that means the electrons present in outermost shell. The electrons which are present in outermost shell are called valence electron. Valence, not balance, that is valence electrons. Got it? Because it is related with the valency. Now, let we discuss more about it. Here, the first, on the basis of, before discussing about the blocks, let me clear you, that is 4 blocks. That is S block, that is D block, that is P block, and that is the downside, that is F block. It is based on the which orbital the electron, the outermost, the last electron enters. Now one thing that's coming in your mind, that is, what is orbital? When a shell is further divided, then orbitals obtain. Okay, there are 4 orbitals: S orbital, P orbital, D orbital, and F orbital. So on the basis of that, in which the electron, the last electron entered, there are 4 blocks. The first and second group are called S block. The 13th to 18th, in these elements, the outermost electron enters in P orbital, so that are called P block. While these 3 to 12, that means that elements are called D block. And lanthanide and actinides, these 14 and 14, total 28, These are called f block elements because in these elements the last electron enters in f orbital. Okay, clear? The first the first group is called alkali metals. These are called alkali metals because first let me clear you that hydrogen is separate from that one. It is not considered in the that. Okay, it is first group element, but it is not alkali. So there is a separation here. The, these elements are called alkali because their oxides are alkali in nature, alkaline in nature. Second group, that is called earth alkaline earth metals. They found in earth crust. Okay. Here, one more, that is 17th group element. I am saying some important points which is generally asked in our exams. The 17th group element are called halogens. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, that are called halogens. And 18th group elements are called zero group or noble gases. Are called zero group or noble gases. Got it? The S block, if we consider the S block completely, then that means first and in first B, that are simply also called alkaline. Okay. The D block elements are called transition metals or transition elements. Clear? The P block elements are also called principal or typical elements. These are also called principal and typical elements, while the F block elements are called inner transition metals or inner transition elements. Clear? That is a zigzag pattern. This one, it is the line of semi-metals. The right side of semi-metals are non-metals. These are non-metals, while the left side, that one, all of these are metals. So it is a border. It is a border between the metals and non-metals. These are metals, these are non-metals, and these are semi-metals. Got it? Clear? Now, the first period have only two elements. 1, 2. That is two elements. While second and third have 8 elements. Fourth and fifth, there is now the addition of 10 D block also. So here that is also S, there is only S 2 electron. Here 6p. Now 10D is also added. So that's why in third and fourth there are 18 elements. There are 18 elements. Got it? Now in the sixth and seventh there are 32. There are 32. Now the question come in our mind, that is only 18. Where are the 14 remaining? These are here. If you clearly visualize that there is a 57 lanthanum and 72 hafnium. The 14 are placed separately. Similarly, actinium 89, RF, that is 104. Now 14 are placed here. 14 are placed here. So they will count in these periods. So 18 plus 14, that is 32. Similarly, 18 plus 14, there are 32. So I'm again repeating, in the first period there is only two elements. It is called very short period. In second and third there are 8 elements. It is called short period. First was very short, second and third are called short periods. Fourth and fifth, which have 18 elements is called long, while 6th and 7th which have 32 elements are called very long or extended periods. Very long or extended periods. Got it? Clear? Now the questions comes in our mind that why there is only 2, why there is only 8, why there is 18, and why there is 32 elements. It is based on the orbitals. It is based on the orbitals. In the first period, which is denoting the first energy shell, there is only 2 s orbitals. So there is, okay, clear? There is 2 s orbital with electrons. Here s and p both are present. So 2 plus 6, that is 8. In 4th, 5th, the d orbitals are also included. So 2 plus 10, that is 10, and 6, that is 18. And now in 6th and 7th, there are f orbitals also added. F orbitals also added. So that is 2, that is 10, that is 14, and that is 6. So 2 plus 10, 12, plus 6, 18, or 14, that are 32. Got it? So in this way, there are different elements. Clear? If we consider some theoretical points about that, which I already cleared, now let me read it. In modern periodic table, 18 group and 7 periods. As we discussed, the group represent the valence electrons while the periods represent energy shells. The element of the period have the same number of energy shells while the member of or elements of a group have same valence electrons. The first group, there is only 2 elements. It is called very short because there is only s orbitals. In s orbital there are 2 electrons can possible. So there is 2 because the number of electrons in present in orbital or orbit will equal to the number of elements in that period, which is denoting by that shell. Here 8 8 because s and p orbital, so 2 plus 6, that is 8. Here 2 plus 6 and 10, so that is total 18. So they have 18. And now 32 because s p d f. Okay, clear? The s orbitals, first, second, alkali, alkaline metals. P, 13 to 12th group, that is principal elements or typical elements. D, that is, sorry, that is 13 to 18, and there is 3 to 12. These are called transition. And F block, what is the F block? 4F, that means after lanthanum, that are called lanthanides. 5F, that is after the actinum, that are called actinides. Clear? Okay. Now, two more things, that is elements after the uranium are called ultra uranium, or transuranic elements. Transuranic elements. Last point, as we discussed, the element present between the metal and non-metals are called semi-metal or metalloids. They form boundary between the metal and non-metal in zigzag pattern. Comes on topic once again on the periodic table. One more type of question that can ask in our paper, that is any element, for any element they assign not for any element, they assign just any sign, that is like x. They said that is the x element which is atomic number is 60. So they ask that now you have to tell that which is the period in which period is present and in which group it is found. For that kind of question, we have to memorize only the atomic numbers of that is enough for that kind of question. Okay, that is 2, that is 10, that is 18, 36, 54, 86, 118. Now we have to tell that in which period and in which group that kind of xyz anything that can give us in which group and in which period it is present. Since it is atomic number is 16, so it is 2, so it's not possible to come here because only element up to 2 atomic number are present here. There is 10, that is 18, that means here in this period it is present, because after the 10 and before 18 elements are present in this period, so the period becomes third. And now 18 is present in the 18th group, so 17 in 17, 16 in 16, so that period group number becomes 16. So the answer of that question is period number 3 and group number 16. That kind of questions also comes in our paper. More about the periodic table, the construction, how can we memorize it, we will discuss in in next class. Thank you.